Dodge 20% in the planes. I like that. This is where I go, my friends. Oh, you guys are rolling up here in some sort of like snake gang or something, huh? Oh, 3 of them. Okay. Alright, everybody, we are here today checking out a little upcoming banger by the name of Pawsecuted. Now, that's definitely a little bit of play on words here, as this game, as I understand, is a post-apocalyptic, post-human world. As in, us furless, as the game calls us, no longer exist. We have gone extinct. Well, aren't you actually, covered in feathers, Falcon? I mean, you make a very compelling argument, sure, I suppose that's correct. Well, that means that you furless no longer exist here in this world that's now overrun by anthropomorphics. However, that's only a little bit of the background of the game itself. What we're here for is the gameplay, which is what really struck me in a good spot. You know, I felt a little tingly, because this looked, at least on paper, when I saw the trailer, the screenshots, like Neo Scavenger and They Are Survival blended together in perfect harmony. This honestly has a lot of promise if it pans out, and it's looking like it probably will based on what I've seen thus far. And I'm excited for it because, I mean, there's no Neo Scavenger 2 in the wake, or in the works, or anything like that. The developer's working on something else at the moment. They Are Survival, you know, I hear a lot of criticism about it these days, so it's nice to see something that's gonna follow in those footsteps and hopefully also expand on that formula. So, without further ado, let's get to it. The Great Mammal War ended a lifetime ago. The furless were wiped out, leaving scavengers and bandits to pick through their ruins. You were born in a convict camp run by the warden. This is the only life you've ever known. Until one day. Clink clink. The sound of pickaxe hitting stone in the distance fills the air. Oh, what a relief, you sigh as the pitter-patter of droplets hits the ground. Oi! Noise twitcha! Comes a voice from behind. What are you doing? So, here's the thing. We're gonna do the tutorial mainly because it's what gives you the story exposition as we go along. I think if you skip the tutorial, I'm not sure what happens, but the tutorial is what kind of gives us the story along the way. And this is a fairly short demo. So if we skip it, well, we've essentially skipped the entire video now, haven't we? But don't worry. I do kind of have an idea what we're doing already, so this shouldn't be too much problem. This will teach us about interacting with our local area, right? So basically, whenever you land on a grid, you know, again, think Neo Scavenger, you land on a grid, right? You could search around, say you're in a building, search for buildings and stuff like that. So here we would click interact and we see what's around us, right? This is the things around us. We could search these areas for certain items. We could also craft again. I mean, if you're going to get in that Neo Scavenger vibe, you're going to be getting it very soon, but this right here already, definitely a right track. Let's go ahead and start digging. Clink. Look around. Who's swinging? It was an unfamiliar face. She clearly hadn't been here long. Her whiskers still intact. She let an exerted purr with each swing. You've hit a piece of quartz. Maybe someone would trade half a ration for it. Maybe so. Maybe so. Let's come back over here. That's our quartz. Let's go ahead and double click it into our inventory. And apparently we're a little bit hungry, so it's time for us to come back in here. What do we got for dinner, you're asking? Well, apparently, what are you supposed to be? A bush potato. Great. Eat up. Yummers. Back to quarters, bellows the guard. So easy to shout orders after a hard day of standing around. As you plod your way to a bed, a voice from behind purrs. One out. It was the clinking swinger. I'm Sergeant Whisker, she corrects you. And there's a plan afoot. Be prepared tonight. She scuttles off to whisper into someone else's ear. Be prepared? What does she mean? Crafting a weapon would be a good start. Crafting. Let's go into interact here. So let's go to our craft. What can we make ourselves? We can make ourselves a shiv from this quartz that we found. So instead of trading for half a ration, we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a weapon. So like that, we're all good. The bunkroom guard unshackles you. A large portrait of the warden greets all who enter. Straight to bed today. The dozen of birds are almost fully occupied with sleeping rabbits, cats, and foxes. At least they're pretending to sleep. You find an empty berth and lie down. Sergeant Whiskers. Words bounce around in your head. Here's a little shut-eye here. How tired are we? See, energy, 71% it does seem, huh? Alright, so yeah, that'll do it. Fire! Your eyes open to a chaotic scene. The entire tent is lit up by flames. Some figures are amassed around an overturned bed, disappearing in succession into a hole in the ground. Others are crawling through a gash in the tent, but you cannot discern their fate on the other side. The intolerable heat compels you to act. Crawl through the gash in the tent. No, I'm going to go in the hole in the ground because it seems like, a gash in the tent seems like somebody just made it on the fly to get out of here. A hole in the ground seems like a concerned effort by somebody to escape, right? So, if we were supposed to be prepared, I imagine that's it. You join the mass at the hole and admire its handiwork, obviously done by a fellow rabbit. Hiding an entire tunnel under the bed. What an ingenious idea. You wait your turn and crawl through. An assortment of debris litters the way, most of it useless junk fallen from earlier escapades. Or escapes. Escapades. As opposed to escapades. Amongst the clutter, you notice a few bottles half filled with water. You're gonna probably want those, so let's take them. Freedom! Your inner monologue declares. You stand outside the camp considering your next move. And just like that, we're essentially now left to our own devices, kind of. As I mentioned, it's not too long of a demo, unfortunately, but we'll still be able to get involved with some things here. So, let's zoom on in. This right here is the prison that we are apparently escaping. We're stepping outside for the very first time in our entire life. This is where we're born inside of this prison. You sniff the air. It's somewhere close, a snake woken from its slumber by the commotion. Unevolved and primitive, it cannot see reason. Instead, it sees you in your primal form, a delicious snack for a hungry predator. Show it otherwise. Now, this brings questions to me, as in, how big are we? How big is this snake? Then again, Falcon, if you yourself saw a snake in the wild, would you square up against it? No, I'd run. So I suppose it doesn't really matter how big we are. See a snake, I'm going to run. So there you have it. Okay, so we do have, fortunately, that shiv that we made, right? So let's come over here to interact. Let's make sure that our shiv is equipped. We have essentially now entered a map strictly for combat. Whenever you engage in combat in the overworld field, you get sucked into this smaller version of that, or I guess an expanded version of that grid, where you can now move around, you can hide to get better dodging chances if you fight in a bush or something, etc., etc. Now, we don't know where the snake is at right now, so let's move. Now, keep in mind, each movement, as you can see, has a time limit to it, 14 minutes, or not limit, but time progress to it, which obviously makes your day continue onward. There is a day and night system, and also affects your stamina, hunger, and all that stuff, right? Which makes sense. Now, where is this snake? No, there you are, my friend. Okay. So, you're in the plains right now, which shouldn't give you too much of dodge protection. Here at the crater, sure I said it that way, but here at the crater, we have a chance of 30% dodging. Over here in the plains, we have apparently nothing at all. What about this tree? 10? And we want to fight you in the crater. So, let's move around here a little bit. Maybe. Just maybe we could come up through here. And let me get my ass up here. Now, as we were running by, the snake did attack us. So, that's fine though. Now we have the bigger dodge chance, and we've taken a little bit of damage, but that's okay. So, let's go ahead and equip our shivy shiv. Let's get to it. Now, over there on the left-hand side, you'll see what's happening here. Now, what I don't like, though, is that if you just barely move your mouse a little teeny tiny bit, that disappears and comes back. So you gotta literally let go of your mice if you hover or something. Just let go of it, otherwise if your hand's on it, it'll disappear quickly on you. So that's over there, the stats based on this fight. Let's go ahead and take a little swinger here. Miss me. Maybe that 30% extra dodge is helping us out quite a bit. Yeah, I got it. Dodged again. Well, we're doing damage to it. Oh, it's not looking too good for you. It seems you are now bleeding. You're looking for us as well. Maybe even trying to escape at this point. Oh, you even saw some blood there too, huh? That's pretty cool. Now we took a damage right there, but that's fine. It seems to me that you're gonna go down before us. Excellent. The snake is dead. Was leaving the safety of the camp a good idea? Everything in the Outback will try to kill you. The guards would say. They probably believed it too. I think I also read that we were in some sort of koala-run prison camp as well, so I don't know. We might just be in the Outbacks over here, so any of the Outback bros out there, holler. You even get a little crikey from me as well. Crikey! Now, let's get this out of the way here. As you can see, now we're back on the overworld map. We have left a little, I guess, zoom-in version of that grid. Now, what's around us, you're asking? Well, I mean, this individual that we just murdered did leave its corpse back here. Let's butcher it if we can. God, reptile hide. Probably for crafting, obviously, so we'll go ahead and click it. And we'll also take this sharp teeth as well. This way, comes a whispered voice. I have a hideout in these bushlands. It's the voice of Sergeant Whiskers. She continues running without waiting for a response. Let's go ahead and follow the sergeant. Your first time outside is turning out to be utterly terrifying. Best to follow someone who knows what they're doing. Okay, so apparently our girl came down through here. The bushland is wild and uncultivated. The blend of spindly grasses and indistinct tree limbs make it difficult to see. You notice a wooden hatch hidden under fallen branches. So, if we come over here to interact, we have the sergeant's hideout. Okay. Corpse here. Let me just really quickly rummage through that. Never know what you're going to find in those. Ooh, another bag too. Oh, we got some string. I'll take that and I'll take that. We don't need the bag, I suppose. Can we recycle? Yes, we can. There you go. Gotta be wise, you know? You gotta be wise. Anything we can craft at the moment? What about a torch? Oh, level 2, so you gotta level up. Well then. That said, we did find the hatch. Let's actually knock. Gentle napping at that chamber door. The door scrapes open, the sergeant peeks out. Great, you found it. She gestures towards a nearby plastic bag and some string. Take that bag and tie it around a gum tree branch. Water will condense in the bag over time. Come in when you're done. Okay. So wait for us to acquire water over time, if we're apparently out of it, which we're fairly low on it, so let's see. Interact. There it is. Gum tree. So shows up in the sights and assemble with plastic bag and string. She did give it to us, so let's collect those. And assemble. Nice. What we got here? You look knackered. Sergeant observes as you enter. By the way, what's your name? I don't think you mentioned it all in the excitement. Well, I'm Falcon 69, the rabbit. Well, Falcon 69, she gestures towards a hammock in the corner. Have a rest, we can talk later. It feels safe here. So, how tired are we? We're at 45%. So, a nice little 69. I don't even make this up sometimes, you know? It just happens. We just need 5 hours, so let's go ahead and do that. Nice. And it does seem that we got some tea from the sergeant, and that gum branch thing that we put up expired, so I think it's probably ready to be harvested for some water. Sergeant is sipping on tea when you wake up. You see a serving beside the hammock, inviting you to do likewise. She immediately launches into a narrative. So, there I was, scavenging through some furless ruins, when I was set upon by the warden and his goons. He was all worked up about the desecrating the graveyard of the furless. A blow to the head, and next thing I know, I'm in that wretched camp. This is for your own good, he kept saying. Called me a pharaoh. What's that all about? Yeah, the warden's been in charge since I was born. He calls the place Camp Quarantine. He says it's to protect us from the world, and the world from us. I never understood what he meant. Sergeant stares silently. What do you think it means? I don't know, but I know someone who might. Sergeant brings out a lockbox and claws at the keyhole for some time. Damned lock, she squeals, pointing at the hatch in the wall. Pick that up and smash this open. Alright. See here. Well, first and foremost, you don't mind if I have this tea, right? Lemon tea. I'd hate for it to go cold here, right? Let's go ahead and that's what's up. We're apparently caffeinated as well. Whip. Very good. What does caffeinated do? Oh, here we go. Caffeinated. Walk speed up, attack warm up down. So we attack faster. That's a really good thing to be. It's a really good one. Character modifiers, nice. Okay, what was I doing now? Oh yeah, I was supposed to smash open this thing here, the sergeant's box. So, chop it up. Something been unlocked. Open it up. She unravels the hand-drawn map from the box, splintered remains, and points to a crude sketch of some ruins. What is that? Ran into a bloke named Oscar on a scavenger trip once, and he lives around here. He's the only one I know who can read the symbols of the furless. If the warden loves the furless so much, Oscar might understand why. I'll find Oscar. She shoves the map in your hands and falls back into the hammock. Harvest the gum tree for water before you go. Don't want you to get thirsty out there. Alright. So off we go. As I mentioned, that expired apparently as we were sleeping, which means it's just ready to go. So, right-click, harvest, 3 bottles of water. And this is the end of the demo. What awaits Falcon in the greater world? Will they perish in the unforgiving Outback, or thrive in their newfound freedom? Rumors abound of a full version. To find out what happens next, gather your currency and make a trade at your nearest online settlement. Yeah, on Steam. 2 snake dens have spawned on the map for you to destroy. Okay, so technically this is where the demo ends. There's nothing else story related that happens at this point now. It's just basically them running around, finding the snakes over and over. So we'll do a little bit of that before we completely sign off over here, just see, like, you know, what that's all about. It also apparently spawned 2 snake dens for us if we want to kill those. We've already seen some of the comments, so we probably won't engage in everything in that, but we'll take a little gander out there first. So, did we pick this up? No, we did not. Maybe we could even level up and craft ourselves a torch. Imagine that. So, where do we go from there? The only thing apparently available, or at least that seems to have some sort of semblance to us, is outside of the darkness is that. So maybe we'll head towards there. Let's go through this side. Of course, every single square that we jump into, we should, or not really square, but every little hex that we run into, we should go into sight, see what's happening over there. Do you want to find out what those things are, Falcon? You know what? Kind of. I kind of do. But here we get a chance to find another quartz, so in case I need to make a little weapon or an axe or something, that can be good. So let's click on that for a searchy. Take that one. And fine, let's do that. Oh, we didn't even get it! I did get us some experience, though, so this is how you do level up, at least with some of the passive things we can do. Another bush potato. We're not starving at the moment, so I'll take it. See if we can maybe start a fire. Hold up, did we have a chance to start a fire for crafting? Yes, but we need to be level 3. It's probably gonna be a while for that one, huh? Now, I need to stop double-clicking. We just have to click once, because when you double-click, you actually instantly go into the interact menu, which I guess isn't as bad, I suppose, but matter of fact, it's actually quite good if I did that, because I immediately know what's happening here in the site if I do that. So you know what, double-click is not bad. Animal corpses here. Let's go ahead and rummage through those. And through that, what do we got? Aha! More yams, possibly. And yams! We'll take them. Now we're getting a little bit on the thirstier side right there, so let's go into the unknown. Oh, snakes! Fortunately for us, these are not on the plane. Oh, wow. Outdated reference. How cute. 4 snakes? 4 snakes. That's a lot of snakes. Okay, let's see here. Good. Dodge 20% in the planes. I like that. This is where I go, my friends. Oh, you guys are rolling up here in some sort of like snake gang or something, huh? Ooh, 3 of them. Okay. 10%, 10%, 10%. So if Homeboy rolls up right here, he will also have a little bit of a chance for dodging. Maybe our best bet would be to get into that crater, because it seems that there's only planes around, so that way they don't get an advantage over us. There we go. This I like. Probably have to fight you back to back to back, but so be it. Let's go ahead and equip our hatchet this time around. Should be stronger. You wanna come at me? Oh, not looking good for you. You're already bleeding, my friend. Oh, he's dead. And we've leveled up. We can now assign perks, and we can also craft the torch. I think the hacks that we got. And whatever the hell that might be right there. We'll figure it out soon. Oh, we missed. Okay. Not bad so far. How are we doing with HP? We're doing amazing is how we're doing. Luckily for us, they're not, or at least, yeah, for us, they're not really ganging up on us, which they probably should be, but they're not. Don't like it when I miss, though. Alright, my friend. We should be able to do a wait, right? There we go. You come over here. Yeah, go around the remains of your friends. You're the last one. Come over here. Come over here. There you go. I'm not leaving the safety of my 30% dodge increase. Ha ha! All of them down! Oh, surprise, surprise, you're getting, snake skin. Oh, another snake's rolling up on me already. We'll take that, we'll take that. I guess we'll take everything right now. Let's also have some water. And, some food? Yeah, sure. Why not? But more importantly, what I like to do is get into my character thing here. We did level up. We got some perks apparently to distribute. Uh-huh. So we have the efficient stomach capacity, plus 180 per perk level. Okay, so basically, less hunger. Endurance training, increased stamina capacity, 30 plus per perk level. Melee damage, range damage, melee accuracy, range accuracy. Oh, that's just to bring those up. So these are the only perks that are right now available. Maybe more as the game develops, who knows. You know what? I just give me... We've been doing fairly good with the hitting. Just give me a bit more damage, I suppose. That's fine. Now, do we want to engage in another bit of combat, you're asking? Not particularly. I like to actually stop coming after me, snakes. Okay. Well, apparently I angered the entire... Oh, that's the edge of the map. We can't go any further. Yeah, it's a demo, so we're technically just about done with it. We're sleepy. Oh, what about that weird thing? You're right. I wanted to see what that weird thing that showed up in terms of like a craft was. So, crafting... Oh, it's a makeshift burrow. And we're sleepy. What a good place for us to wrap up then. Make a little burrow, go to sleep, and that's about it. You're not wrong. Can we make it? It requires 6 wood. I mean, basically find any forest and we're good, right? So let's see here. 77% chance for wood. Throw. Yeah, are you kidding? None. 100% chance for wood. 5. How many do we need? 6. Okay, one more. 100% chance. Hey. Craft ourselves a little burrow. And there she is. Temporary structure eventually collapses on itself, but meanwhile gives you complete security, a little bit of comfort, and 100% condition. So we could rest. Security safe when sleeping because of our burrow, so safe here. We're thirsty though, so we have to wake up to just a little bit of water. It's dark and thirsty still. But the sun should be coming up here pretty soon, and that's about it. I guess that pretty much covers what's available here in this demo. We saw some of the combat over there, and at least we had a little bit of crafting done as well. But definitely a game with a lot of promise, you could see. I mean, Neo Scavenger and They Are Survivor. This is it right here. So hopefully we see it soon. Catch you guys next time.